Yo, what's good everybody? So today we're going to be talking about Claudio's wall pressure. So we're going to go over it step by step because I think Claudio's wall game is one of the strongest wall games in the game, like for the characters. I wouldn't say the strongest, but one of the strongest. But the strongest thing about Claudio's actual wall game is that it's all a mind game. Like, the fact it's such a mind game is what makes it really strong, because in theory, a lot of the times what you're going to be doing is going to be interruptible, but some of the options are not going to be interruptible, which is what makes it really scary for the opponent, because they're like, I don't want to eat all this pressure that's fake because it's interruptible, so I'm going to try press, and then when you're in their head to make them try press, you'll do something that they cannot press into, and it's just one big mind game. So first off, we're going to talk about the move selection. So these are the moves that you are going to be using at the wall. We'll get all into the order and stuff, but these are the move selections that you will be using. So first we'll start with side step 4. So side step 4 is going to be one of the main moves that you use at the wall. For sure you'll use this move, one of the maybe the most at the wall, but this is definitely one of the main moves that you're going to use. Next is back one, mainly from a side step. You'll use back one. So this is another move. Next is down forward 3 on its own at first, because you're trying to hit confirm this. I have it on standing block right now, so that's why there's no it's not hitting or anything. So this mainly from a side step as well. You're going to try hit confirm this. Next is down forward 3 2. You'll be using this move as well. Quite often. You probably use down forward 3 a bit more, but you're setting this move up to do a side step after it because it's -2, and you're delaying it a bit as well. Delaying it a bit makes people want to retaliate more than doing it like this. If you delay it, they always want to retaliate a bit more, and they can actually press in between it and get hit by it. And if they press, you're at +4, so it puts you in another good situation. And the next move is down back 4 3. You use this move because you either want to keep applying pressure with a quick low from standing, or you want in them to retaliate so that you can do a side step after it. That's one of the main reasons you use that. Next is forward 4. Forward 4 is just to create that pressure of being +4. It also mixes up with side step 4 as well on block. If they don't duck, it just gives you that more plus frames to keep going. And then finally, I'd say it's not hard once you get used to it, but the hardest thing to do is a running 2. It's just multiple like running 2s, or even maybe just one, just to start your wall pressure. But these are the move selections I mainly use. So we'll go over each one and how they're used properly. So first off, running 2 is probably the first thing you're going to think of, because if the opponent is around this area, which is when you're going to want to push them to the wall, you're going to want to use the running 2 to get them to this sort of position. And then maybe another, because running 2 does good chip damage anyway. The only thing that's unsafe about it is if they're sidestepping left a lot, or they're hard ducking it. Other than that, if you can do it from this range here, then it becomes a lot better. You've pushed them to the wall, you've left yourself at +6. If you are hoping they are not going to retaliate at this moment. So if you have an opponent that's going to retaliate after running 2, then down forward 3 is your best bet. It's uninterruptible, 14 frames, and then you can hit confirm into down forward 3 1. If you don't know how to hit confirm, if you watch the character on block, the Claudio on block, he just stays standing, and if you watch him on hit, he bends over, and then that's when you can confirm that it's hit, when you see him bend. So that's how you know to do that. So if they're pressing after wall running 2, down forward 3 1 as you go to. If not, this is where the mind game comes into it. So you're at +6. So if you do this, you have left yourself 3 moves basically to do here. So from this, you've got side step 4, which from a side step delay is unseeable. Because if you just do it like this, it's sort of more seeable. But if you do it like where you recover standing, it's unseeable. So you've pressured them around into, you've done a sidestep, you've got 3 options. You're going to sidestep back 1, you're going to sidestep 4, or you're going to sidestep down forward 3 1. Down forward 3. The options that come from them are a bit different. So let's say you do side step 4 hits. You either have the opponent mash. This is all a mind game, by the way. If they mash, you're checking with down forward 3. So if they press after this, you're checking with down forward 3, you hit confirm. If they're a standing blocker, so they're like, I'm panicking, I don't want to do anything so I don't get clipped, you do another sidestep, probably back the other way rather than another time this way, because that gives them room to step away. So if you sidestep left, you should then sidestep right. If you sidestep right, you should then sidestep left. Try keep their back to the wall as much as possible. So yeah, so what you do is you do a sidestep 4. If you know they're going to start block, you do another sidestep, and this is where the mind game comes into it. Do you do another sidestep 4? Do you do a sidestep back 1? Or do you do a sidestep down forward 3? These are the options that you're going to rinse and repeat until your opponent starts disrespecting it. That's when you just start using this more often after the sidestep 4. If you do sidestep 4 and then you do a sidestep back 1, that doesn't mean it's the end of your go. You're at -5. You can down jab. You can sidestep yourself. You could shoulder. You could power crush. You could backswing blow. This is another mind game they have to think of. This is where it comes into what your opponent's going to do to retaliate to a back 1 at the wall. Because back 1 creates good space. You recover like around the 2 meter mark, well, 2.0-ish, just under. So if they dash forward after the back 1, they could dash into this. It just all depends on how they react after back 1 being blocked. Of course, if they do sidestep 4 and they think you're going to do another sidestep 4, back 1's going to wall splat. So you've done sidestep 4, you do another, and then you get your whatever wall combo. And then you rinse and repeat that again because you've done your wall combo. Their back's still at the wall, you do the sidestep again. If you've got an opponent that likes to mash when you've put a lot of the times at the wall when you've put them back there, this is where like forward 4 into down forward 3, down back 4-3 into sidestep. Down back 4-3 is not the best move to use at the wall, but it's a very fast low that does damage, and sometimes the main reason you would use down back 4-3 at the wall is you want to use it against an opponent that mashes a lot. You want them to press after this. I don't really want them to not press after this because I want to create something like a sidestep down forward 3 or even a shoulder if they're going to jab after it. I want them to press after this, so that's where down back 4-3 comes into it. Next is down forward 3 on its own. Now this is a really big mind game. You are at -7 every time you do this. Every time you do this, you are at -7. It is not your go, but the mind game is you're just going to let this rip. You're just going to let it, it's -12. It's not that risky. You're just going to let it rip. So this is the big mind game in this part. So you can actually rinse this because people are waiting for the second hit. Best off doing it from a sidestep so they can expect sidestep 4 to come out the one time. But the only thing is you are so open to being counter hit if you're rinsing this, which is where sometimes it is good to just throw it out after, like, let's say you've done it twice. They're going to want to try and interrupt, so you just throw it out, or you just don't, after you just stop doing it and do something else. So that's the big mind game for that. One thing that's good about this is if your opponent's got delayed reactions as a masher, if you do down forward 3 into a backdash back 1 and they challenge with jabs, if they challenge straight away with jabs, they're going to hit you. But if they've clocked on you, you're not going to throw the second hit out because the timing for this, you have so long delayed that you have time to do a backdash back 1. If you do a backdash back 1 in this situation and they try to retaliate with jabs, you will win. It will go under their jabs and wall splat them. So that's a really good option to use, is down forward 3 backdash back 1. And if you can, as you can see, because you backdash, if you can backdash time into the perfect range for block, you will recover over the 2 meters. Just if I can get the timing right. Yeah, you just recover over the 2 meter mark. So you are in a very good space to do a sidestep again, or obviously you're down forward 3, or your down jabs, anything sort of, it leaves you with great spacing for them to have to do something with range to retaliate, which sometimes can be too slow. So this is where they dash in and open themselves to like a down forward 3 after the back 1. But yeah, next is just the wild range in general at the wall. This scares people a lot, and they try duck after it because they're scared of it eating it, or they try sidestep. I think back 1 is one of the best things here. They can mash you out of this, but I think after a while, if they're not going to press you, do a sidestep. If they're going to do, like, try duck or, you know, sidestep or anything. Back one is just very, very good after running two. Just a very good check to use. And forward 4 in general is just to apply a bit of pressure, see how they react to it. If they're going to do this, especially if they're on player 1 side, they can't step this if they're on player 1 side, so this is a good move to check after it. And if they're just respecting it, you just implement a sidestep after it. So this is how you play a Claudio at the wall. These are all the mind games. Again, it's all a mind game. If you're doing running 2 and you're going to try to do a sidestep mix after it, you are open to being hit. That's the mind game of it. That's on them. If they're disrespecting you all the time, then down forward 3 1 hit confirms are going to be perfect for you. You're going to get more wall splats than not. If they're very defensive, just mix the sidestep up as much as possible until you hit them with something. Obviously down forward 3, backdash back 1, back 1 into sidestep, back 1 into setups, any of that stuff. It's all a mind game. But yeah, this is how you play Claudio at the wall, like the most efficient way. This is how I play Claudio at the wall. I mean, as you can see from my videos, it works very, very well for me. If you're in heat, different game. Obviously, you can do. They're not going to really. You have the heat mix-up of just chipping down with running 2. When you're about to run out of heat, you have the low, or you have back 4-2, which puts you at plus 18 to do another sidestep mix or a back 1 straight away if they're not holding back. But heat's just a different game. It just depends if you have it. But in neutral, without the heat activated, this is how you play Claudio at the wall. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.